Hello and good evening. I know you don't know me. I'm nobody really important. But the information that I'd like to share, I think is very important. And I think it could be very helpful. I'm not sharing this information for money. I have nothing to gain about it, except in the positive knowing that I might be helping somebody else. And somebody else's life might change for the positive if they are borderline diabetic, if they are pre-diabetic, or if they are a diabetic. I can't speak much if it'll help with type 1 diabetes, but I can share with you what it's doing for me, and I have type 2 diabetes. Now, my name is Desiree Shum Carver. I will be turning 50 tomorrow on July 26th. I am on a health journey, and I've been on a health journey for a few years, but the journey has taken me through a lot of twists and turns, and I've made a lot of changes and adjustments. As you can see, I'm a heavy-set woman, but when I started this journey, I was 287 pounds. I am now down to 257 pounds. So, last year, my diabetes got so out of control. I did not put me as a priority, and I was not focused on taking care of me. I was focused on taking care of my husband, who will be 82 this year, and he's a type 2 diabetic, and I wanted him to be around, but I didn't stop to think about me. At the time, I was a border diabetic, but time gets away from you, and your health can get away from you just as quick. My husband and I joke that every time we turn around, it's Friday. Well, here it is Saturday. So, there you go. So, a few days ago, I came across a video on social media, Facebook to be exact. And I thought that the information I came across was totally legit. And I was very intrigued by the one meal fix reversal to control diabetes. Now, Dr. Living Good has some really good information, and he was one of my steps on this journey to control my diabetes and get it under control. So, last year, my diabetes was so out of control. I was on metformin. I developed a really bad response to metformin, and I started bleeding rectally. I had to stop the medication immediately. Not realizing that after I stopped the medication, which I stopped according to a doctor, I was also on glipizide. They tried me on some other medications that only made the problem worse, thinking that I can control it with diet and I would be okay. My blood sugar got so out of control that my fasting blood sugar was 560. This was last year. Needless to say, I didn't feel all that great, but you don't really notice if you've been dealing with it for a while. Now, fast forward to the 23rd, well, actually the 22nd of July, I came across this video supposedly by a doctor called the One Meal Fix. I don't know if you've all come across it or not. I decided that I was either going to go all in or I wasn't going to do it at all. I decided to make me a priority. I will be 50 on July 26th. And this health journey is important to me. Yes, I want to lose the weight. But losing the weight is not always easy. And guess what? I can't get on the Ozempic fan because I can't take Ozempic. I can't even take Wegovy. So, I can't get on the Ozempic kick that everybody's getting on to lose weight. So I'm looking into other possible ways of controlling my blood sugar and losing weight. So I want to share with you. So today's video will include day 1. It will include everything I ate, everything I drank, and I will try and do a video for every day that I am on this journey. And I will share with you the ups and downs of the situation. So, it's a plan that follows a simple diet that starts your day. Your breakfast, your first morning meal. Now, day 1, I started July 23rd, and I've been journaling. This is important to me. I want to see the progress. I want to see if it works. I want to see if it doesn't work. And by the way, I'm combining this with an intermittent fasting. I will fast from 9:30, 10 o'clock at night until 12 o'clock afternoon the next day. So, day 1, blood sugar was 231, weight was 256.3. At 12 o'clock, I had the apple cinnamon overnight breakfast. So this is an apple cinnamon overnight oats, but it's not the overnight oats. It's not made the same way that you make that. It's made differently, and if you give me a few minutes, I will be happy to share with you the recipe included. Alright, so I had that for breakfast at 12 noon. I had a 24-ounce cup of Wella electrolytes, and at 4 o'clock my blood sugar was 251, 20-point adjustment. That is a significant change to be relatively consistent and not spikes up and down. Dr. Evan Grant explains that the breakfast, your first meal, starts your day, and it also sets the tone for your blood sugars for the rest of the day. I believe that. Having been working with my husband, that's important. Okay, so at 4 o'clock I had an ice cream cone snack. Mind you, I'm testing the waters a little bit on this day. And I had a everyday dose matcha with strawberry skinny mixed syrup in it. A couple splashes. At 6 o'clock in the evening, my blood sugar was 261. So my blood sugar raised 10 points. That's not bad. So 30 points from waking up. You know, normally my blood sugar would be all over the map. So this is important. Okay, I had a cheeseburger on keto bread. I had, keto bread. Okay. I had another Everyday Dose matcha. By the way, I love Everyday Dose company. Their coffee and matcha is delicious. But I'm not doing this to advertise for anybody. Okay, so I had an Everyday Dose matcha with raspberry skinny mix and vanilla Everyday Dose creamer. I had a 24-ounce cup of water. By the way, I had no spikes up to this point. And my blood sugar, at the end of this, was 273. Okay? Now, I also want you to understand that my day started at 12 noon. Okay? Because of my intermittent fasting, it should have ended by 9:30. 9:30, 10 o'clock. Guess what I did? I did something kind of dumb. So at 10 o'clock at night, instead of stopping for the night, I had a cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, with a topping of cookies and cream mousse cake in one of those little cups that you buy at the store. You know what that did? It spiked my sugar to 307. That wasn't good, was it? But that's what happened. Continue to follow me along my journey. And for video number 2, this is video number 1.